Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence and today I am going to show you how to make a brilliantly British carrot cake. So as I show you how, please sit back, relax with a cup of tea in hand, putting those feet up too, and enjoy this episode. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Revived due to World War II rationing, carrot cakes have gone on to become a much loved treat, enjoyed throughout the UK and the world. Therefore, in this episode, we'll be sharing our recipe for a simple and yet rich frosted carrot cake, the recipe of which we believe would be too good to keep for ourselves. Step by step, you'll be guided through the cake's preparation before topping everything off with a session of tasting at the end. So now, with the introductions made and your interest peaking, please allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's brilliantly British carrot cake, you will need some carrots, some sultanas or raisins, some butter, you will need some walnuts, some golden caster sugar, some cream cheese, some cinnamon and ground nutmeg. You'll need some icing sugar, some eggs, some self-raising flour, an orange, and a little pinch or two of salt to avoid the occurrence of bland food, and that is all you will need for today's brilliantly British carrot cake. But, please, before you get started, before you do anything at all, please switch on your kettle to brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so that you can sip on that whilst you bake. To begin making a brilliantly British carrot cake, in a suitably sized bowl, combine soft room temperature butter, your caster sugar, a pinch of salt, your cinnamon and nutmeg, beginning with a spoon or spatula at first, before proceeding with a stand or handheld electric mixer until a pale homogeneous paste forms. Following on, incorporate your eggs one at a time to prevent the emulsion from splitting to form a lovely, fluffy, aromatic and pale emulsion. At this point, before continuing, begin to preheat your oven before incorporating orange zest and finely grated carrots, placing to one side thereafter for just a moment. Now, to prevent your dried fruits and walnuts from sinking within your cake batter, coat them thoroughly with flour, using a sieve to extract the walnuts and dried fruit afterwards. Then, after having recalled your bowl from earlier on, turn in freshly extracted orange juice, whilst incrementally folding in your sifted self-raising flour, followed by the addition of your flour-coated chopped walnuts and dried fruit. Off camera, I butter and flour-coated my baking tin of choice before turning in my carrot cake batter, knocking my pan several times to settle and remove pockets of air, before beginning to bake my cake, which enabled me to start with the all-important task of cleaning up, after which a moment should be spent relaxing with some brilliantly British content accompanied by a lovely cup of tea. Once baked, your aromatic cake should be left to cool completely within its tin, at which point, once cool, combine cream cheese, icing sugar and salt by hand at first, whipping up afterwards with a stand or handheld mixer. With the filling for this cake made, proceed by slicing the cake into three, before spreading or in my case piping on your filling, repeating between all layers as well as on top for an elegant look. So now, with this elegant carrot cake made and your interest peaking, I think it's time for tasting. Are you ready? Are you steady? 3, 2, 1. The word that comes to mind when I try this cake is the word lovely. That single word encapsulates this cake. You've got the lovely, creamy sourness of the cream cheese going through the cake, which helps to balance the lovely sweetness, the sweetness that comes from the raisins, the cake itself. And then you've got the subtle taste of the carrot coming through. And of course, there's texture from the walnuts and the carrot. It's beautiful. You've got the lovely spices coming through, the nutmeg and the cinnamon, hints of them. They're not overpowering. And of course, let me not forget the fact that this cake is lovely and moist in of itself. So I think it's safe to say that this carrot cake is perfect. So much so that I am urging you now to go out, get the ingredients, and make this thing, because it is definitely worth it. And when you do have this cake, please have a cup of tea within arm's reach. It will just make the experience much better. So with all that being said, make this cake, please. Thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make a fantastic, brilliantly British carrot cake. Knowing that you loved this episode, don't forget to click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Tell everyone you know, and I mean everyone, that you know about the brilliantly British food on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on, and I will see you